Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening. What a beautiful night. Members of the Girls and Guys Ensemble CHS Concert Band, thank you for starting the evening in such a beautiful way. I'm Michael Lockman, the principal of Carlynton Junior Senior High School. Family and friends, I would like to officially welcome you to our 2019 commencement ceremony. To begin this evening, I would like to introduce our 2019 class president, Madison Samantha.
Good evening and welcome family and friends, board members, administration, faculty, and staff. Hello everyone, my name is Madison Samanji and I am this year's senior class president. I just wanted to extend a thank you to the class of 2019 for making high school so memorable. We have all made choices and sacrifices to be here tonight, and I couldn't be more proud of each and every single one of you to make the choice to do it big and to earn these seats tonight. We've all reached that point in high school where we are just done. Senioritis kicked in ninth grade and has gotten worse ever since. But it's time to move on and it's time to have responsibilities of our own. It's time for all of us to move on to the next stages in our lives when we'll no longer have to take the hall pass wherever we want to go. Knowing I would have one last chance to address the senior class, I had many choices to make in the direction this speech would take. Ultimately, I wanted it to be a reminder that we make choices every day, and we'll fail sometimes, but we will succeed. After all, it's that ambition and determination that will carve the pathway to a future we've all dreamed of. The people who are sitting behind me have all made choices. We will now go pursue our dreams of becoming doctors, educators, soldiers, and whatever else we put our hearts and minds into, and have chosen for us. It's time for us to take that next step and experience and explore new things that high school could never really provide us. High school is a time for us to grow, evolve into the young men and women you see here today. High school shouldn't be remembered as our grades, our popularity, the class favorites, and who we didn't and didn't like, because as of right now and for the rest of our lives, none of that will ever be as important. We should remember high school as all the memories we've created with each other and the relationships we've made out of it. High school put things into realization for us that not everyone will hold your hand along the way, that our choices are our own and the results are what we make of them. Now as we walk across the stage today and receive our diplomas, it's time for us to let go of the hands that we've held while making our choices and instead now trust in ourselves. Like Dr. Nita Cuban said, we can only grow by making new choices. We are the sum total of choices we have made in the past. We can change who we are in the future through the choices that we make today. To the class of 2019, it's been an amazing 6 years with all of you, and I wish nothing but the best for all of you. Go and choose who you're going to be, but remember, you'll always be a Carlynton Cougar from the start. Ladies and gentlemen, our superintendent, Dr. Joseph D'Imperio, and our school board president, Mr. James Schreiber.
Good evening. Let me start off by saying I had some wonderful remarks. I'm so impressed. But I think her remarks are typical of the qualities of this senior class. What a wonderful senior class you are is documented by your achievements in academics, athletics, the arts, extracurricular activities, and community service. We are very proud of you and hopeful that the many good things that you have learned here at Carlynton will carry with you through your entire life. I would suggest that you find and embrace work that you would love to do, and every day will be a joy for you. On behalf of the school directors, the administration, the teachers, support staff from our K through 12 program, we thank you, the parents, for allowing and entrusting us with the great privilege of educating your children through their senior year of high school here at the Carlynton School District. Again, to the senior class, it's my privilege to say congratulations to you. Thank you so much.
So I am super proud to be up here on behalf of the board, congratulating a great group of young men and women. And I'm especially proud to be recognizing Claire and Phoebe and Hannah and Julia, young ladies that had the unfortunate privilege of having parents serving on the school board. Very sorry, girls. If you're over 40 or close to 40 in this crowd, you might remember a book in the late 80s by Robert Fulghum. The book, All I Really Need to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten. And if you don't know it, look it up, look it on your Kindle. It's a really cool book with lots of great insights. It's a really simple book, really simple insights about life and how to approach life. And I was reminded last week how that very simple approach can be very powerful. I was on a plane for work. You go on a plane, you do the usual stuff, you read, you're bored. I was looking around at some people around me. As the plane began to get down the runway to take off, all of the stoic faces around me changed because somewhere from the back of the plane, a magical thing happened. A little tiny 3-year-old voice started giggling. And everyone's usually traveling for business and they're very quiet and you don't look at each other, and all of a sudden people looked up and started looking at each other, and this voice came out of nowhere, giggling and laughing. And within a couple seconds I realized she was doing this because she was enjoying the ride. She thought it was a roller coaster or a Ferris wheel, not a plane, not a scary plane that might crash. So her perspective on that ride was wonderful. And I couldn't help but smile myself. So it changed my entire attitude for the next couple of minutes, and I enjoyed that plane ride like I have not enjoyed a plane ride in a long time. So if you think about that, that same perspective and that approach, Robert Fulghum put a lot of those kinds of things in his book. And something I think all of us and all of the kids can take from. So if we're going through life and we're looking at things that are scary or things that trouble us, think to Robert Fulgham's book. Some of his messages were about keeping things simple and remembering to have perspective on things. So as the class of 2019, as you are preparing to launch into adulthood, whatever that means, it's going to be something very different for each of you. Think about keeping a perspective on life, keeping things positive, and if you run into trouble, and there'll be plenty of trouble here and there, think of that little girl in the back of the plane, laughing and giggling and just having the time of her life, and see if you can keep that perspective. A closing thought for you. Robert Fulghum wrote another book, one of my favorite quotes. One of life's best coping mechanisms is to know the difference between an inconvenience and a problem. If you break your neck, if you have nothing to eat, if your house is burning down, those are problems. Everything else is just an inconvenience. So class of 2019, as you're experiencing the best in life and then maybe some other struggles, keep those things in perspective, keep smiling, and congratulations.
Director Shriver, Dr. Capiro, thank you for those words. It is my great honor and privilege to highlight the individuals whose academic excellence at Carlynton have led them to the front of the Cougar pack. It is with great pride that Maria Smreka, Rachel Welsh, and Arabella Hunt represent the top of the class of 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please introduce to you the 2019 valedictorian, Maria Smreka.
I would like to begin by thanking our families, Dr. D'Imperio, Mrs. Gattuso, Mr. Loughran, and all of the incredible staff at Carlynton for our education and for making this day possible. I firmly believe that what makes Carlynton stand out from any other school district is the altruism of its instructors, given their enthusiasm for teaching and their willingness to constantly help students, even outside of their regular classroom hours. There are a couple of things I would like to say before we take our next steps. Firstly, I am proud to be part of such an amazing and driven graduating class. I have high hopes for our success in the future, whatever that may constitute for each of us. However, graduation from high school does not signify an end to learning. I know that Mr. Columbus mentioned this idea several times throughout the year in his classes. Einstein himself claimed that wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of a lifelong attempt to acquire it. meaning that we must constantly make an effort to further cultivate our understanding of the world around us. The importance of filling our minds to the brim with knowledge reaches beyond the benefits we gain as individuals. Discovery and societal advancement are made possible only through education. Let's picture a plant for a moment. If the leaves that bud from the stem represent progress, what do you think happens when we kill the plant at the roots or fail to water it? The plant would die. Sure, we have the foundation of knowledge we gained through schooling and the roots, but without constant nurturing and water, the skills we attain become null and void. We become a stagnant society, which is the exact opposite of why we received an education in the first place. The moral of this analogy is that we must become lifelong learners to not only benefit ourselves, but humanity as a whole. One of my favorite MLK quotes is intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. I believe that one of the most fulfilling and precious aspects of life, aside from learning, is fostering our integrity. Character sweetens the fruits of education as we develop our morals and broaden our perspectives to the struggles that others around us face, not just our own. We have all coped with hardship at some point in our lives, and one of the most defining features of character is empathy and willingness to help others. So, as we walk across the stage to receive our diplomas, we know that we have the power to better the world through education and character, one step at a time. Ladies and gentlemen, our class of 2019 salutatorian, Rachel Welsh.
Hello and thank you to our families, teachers, and administrators for being here today. Bradley Whitford once said, "We all go through life bristling at our external limitations, but the most difficult chains to break are inside us." I think I speak for all of us when I say that high school was no small feat. But we have found the ability within ourselves to succeed despite external forces. Senioritis is real. It was not just us who made this possible, however. From late night studying to lengthy homework assignments, to trying to get our desired grades while balancing plenty of demanding extracurriculars, not to mention our social lives. Without your support, we could not have succeeded. On this day, we close a chapter of our lives and begin a new one. Though we may not be able to take this with us, we will be able to take the memories that have not only shaped our high school experiences, but have also shaped ourselves as individuals. Here at Carlynton, students are lucky to have an environment that supports each individual student, no matter their strengths and weaknesses. The dedicated teachers at Carlynton are willing to do what it takes to guide students towards success, whether it be coming in early to help us with materials before classes, or giving up their own time during prep or even after school. They built our foundation for success that led us here today. After 4 years of high school filled with sitting on Mr. Cozy's futon while we stressed about tests, until he finally makes us pull ourselves together to prepare for them, listening to Ms. Beck roast us to bring us back to reality and make us strive to be our best, Mrs. Badger watching us drive ourselves crazy in the unknown lab, getting together outside of school together to prep for AP tests, finals, dances, and beyond. We are ready to move on. These experiences have taught me that anything is possible with persistence and determination, and that even if something doesn't make sense at first, it always has a purpose in the end. These experiences, along with all of our teachers, our interactions with our peers, and the support we received from family and administrators, have prepared us for the next step, whether it be college, the workforce, or a path to self-discovery. As we transition from high school to the next chapter of our lives, I want to remind our peers of the value of hard work. Ian Brennan once said, "You can't control how smart you are, how funny you are, how good looking you are. The one thing you can control is how hard you work." We have learned many things over the last 4 years, but there is still plenty to learn, an abundance of mistakes to be made, and a number of challenges to face. Our experience here at Carlynton has prepared us to face these head-on and to always work hard for what we want to achieve. One of the biggest things I've learned is that if we work hard and persistently, we can achieve anything that we put our minds to. With this in mind, I want to tell my fellow graduates to keep dreaming and to keep working hard for those dreams, because you have the power to make them happen. No matter where life takes us, we always have a piece of home here. Home is where the cougar is. Ladies and gentlemen, Arabella Hunt.
You may have heard the saying, life is a game, an ongoing competition between players. And yes, this is true. We are judged against our peers for almost everything.
from trying to get a gold medal in a sport to trying to get a raise at your job for fighting for the highest GPA. But my question is, does any of it matter? Sure, life is a game, but what is the goal? To put others down so you can win? No. Success is not a competition between everyone. Success can only be measured the way you measure it. Be kind to those around you when they succeed, and believe in yourself, because you, throughout your life, will succeed as well. With the right effort, you have the ability to be better than you were a day, a month, a year ago, because the only real player in this game is yourself. Base success off what you want to accomplish, rather than what society tells you success is. In our class, we have students going all over the place with different paths. Some are going into the workforce, some into the military, some going to college. We are all so different, and we will all accomplish completely different things. Don't compare yourself and your own worth to anyone else's, because our goals in life are as diverse as our paths are. Sure, life is a game, but what life shouldn't be is a game based on what other people do or other people achieve. When you let yourself down and ask, why did I fail? Does it really matter to me in the long run? If so, what can I do to get better? Reflect on what you have done. Reflect on what you did well too. Encourage yourself. Be kind to yourself. Everyone in this room, the class, the parents, friends, has the ability to succeed. But that success needs to come from within. Do not put yourself up against a person with completely different ideas of achievement than yourself. Make it personal, individual goals, and do everything you can to achieve them. Only then will you be able to find true success. And most importantly, we are not here to be in constant rivalry against each other. Ayn Rand once said, "A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others." How can we compare ourselves when everyone's idea of success is completely different? We are here to build each other up. We are here to see each other grow into the people we, ourselves, can be. And now Ms. Jeanette will direct the senior members of the Vocal Arts Department in the class of 2019 senior song, "The Climb" by Miley Cyrus.
I know I'm seeing that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I keep trying. Gotta keep my head down high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a climb. I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might not be down, but no, I'm not breaking. I been through. But these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Yeah, just gotta keep going and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it through. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes we're gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it through. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the keep the faith, 'cause it's all about the
As senior class sponsor, it is my honor and privilege to announce the graduates of the class of 2019. Your valedictorian. Your valedictorian, Maria Irina Smaraka. Salutatorian, Rachel Lynn Welsh. Arabella Faith Hunt. Madison Patricia Samanji. Patrick Aaron Keats Carlson. Hannah Rose Zaletsky. Lacey Jane Rybacki. Natalie Renee Latta. Maria Martin. Jasmine Danielle Palmer. Justin Power Wilson. Brian Joseph Amber. Holly Rebecca Badger. Madison Christine Barron. Amaje Queen Bay. Bryce Mackenzie Bogats. Diamond Alicia Brown. Julie Elizabeth Carruthers. Stephanie Evelyn Castellanos. Samuel Aldo Cicchini. Lydia Rain Coggin. Brianna Faye Seifert. Destiny Lee Dean. Melina Nicolette DeRose. Alexis Haley Dixon. Lori Dallin Edward Dougherty. Mazahatan Agashiva. Kyle Patrick Fenton. Catalina de la Cruz Gleason. Kayla Nicole Blumack. Christopher Allen Goodman. Kira Renee Gosser. Eris Marie Gold. Jamie Harrison Grant. McLean Matthew Breyer. Brandon Lee Griffin. Haley Jane Griffin. Morgan Elizabeth Harding. Matthew John Harris. Jeremy Michael Harshman. Cassidy Mary Highcamp. Cameron Lee Heiser. Brett Jordan Helfrich. Matthew George Hillerzeski. David Bruce Holderbaum. Savannah Odessa King. Isabel Grace Irwin. Alexis Bernice Jolly. Alexander John Calamon. Daphne May Calamon. Justin James Keys. Anthony John Killen. Samuel Owen Canelo. Katie Anna Cozy. Nathan Alexander Latta. Patricia Rose Malloy. Brianna Rose Matthews. Erica Lynn McGuire. Bryson Joseph Mija. Nina Marie Munoz. Massimo Pasquale Notero. Miranda Ray Pinchot. Carter Mason Pagetta. Gabriel Elliott Kapalka. Vivichana Rai. William Terrell Richardson. Julia Isabella Russos. Matthew David Schmeichel. Claire Francis Schreiber. Daniel Thomas Schultz. Alvin Nicholas Sedlak. Amber Rain Sinagra. Brandon Xavier Small. Mason O'Brien Small. Zachariah Dylan Sprague. Samuel Anthony Steiner Jr. Colton Timothy Zanowski. Zachary Twain Turner. Amy Caroline Ulysses. Savannah Joe Better. Kaylee Ann Vistine. Elias Sebastian Ward. Andrew James Weimer. Todd Andrew Westerhoff Jr. Adam Jeffrey Whitaker. Elliot J. Woodblock. Jenna Riley. Kayla Marie Wilson. Alyssa Skylar Wright. And Jacob Tyler Yee. Dr. D. Imperium, the class of 2019.
Thank you very much. You guys did a wonderful job in coming up in an orderly fashion and receiving your diplomas. Mr. Schreiber, as the superintendent of the Carlynton Schools District, I certify that these students have met the requirements for graduation as established by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
By the power vested in me as the president of the Carlynton School Board of Directors, I confirm graduation status on the class of 2019.
Congratulations. And now for the closing remarks from our 2019 class vice president, Patrick Keats Carlson.
Hello, everyone. As the class of 2019 vice president, it is my honor to give the last and final speech of this graduation class of 2019. On behalf of the class of 2019, I just want to start off by saying thank you to all our teachers, staff members, for preparing us for this moment. Thank you to our parents and our role models for providing us with all our necessities such as money, food, shelter, wisdom, and the tools to become successful. But mostly thank you to our own classmates for giving us memories and the patience to finish in high school. Now, can all the seniors please close their eyes, think, and look back to our younger years, to where we are now. Think of all the great memories you've made with your fellow classmates, all the crazy and scary things we've been through, the ones that we lost that were part of us, how we all bonded, even if we didn't actually like each other, or, yeah. Awkward. Now open your eyes, look to your left and right. It might make you downhearted that this is the last guaranteed time in our lives that we'll be seeing each other as a class. The fact is that we worked for a long time to get this moment. It took us a long time to get to this moment, and now it's time to be happy with what we do and live to our dreams. It might be intimidating to grow up or to move on to college, but remember, you have friends and family that love each and every one of you, and they're here to watch you succeed. They walk together, and it shouldn't end now. My hope and prayer is that we continue to help one another pursue our dreams. Help one another be happy before we go our separate ways and pursue our own separate paths. My hope is that you let not even a soul drag you down. Let no one tell you what you can or cannot be. Don't allow anyone to make you unhappy. From now on, do what you want, as long as it's legal and keeps you off the news section. Be free and happy during your new chapter of life. As Will Smith said in The Pursuit of Happiness, don't let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me, all right? You got a dream. You got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it, period. No, that's what he says, period. This is our pursuit of happiness. Do it big, and congratulations, class of 2019.
Well said, Patrick. This class certainly has done it big. I have one more request as the principal. I'd ask that you now turn your tassel from the right to the left. Would you all please rise for our alma mater, for the first time sung as Carlynton alumni of the class of 2019.
symbol of your strength. In the Cougar's coming home, with truth and learning in your home. A loyal friend to us all. Oh, Mary's live up days all night. Sing praise to Carlynton.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our commencement ceremony. As the children recess, please enjoy the permission by the crew outside.